Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest. We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it? He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
What's going on YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now. I still call it Twitter. You can call me old all you want. I mean, it is what it is. Peace and blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. One more Sunday, we're about to close out the weekend, start a new one. If you are still here, you are still a highly favorite, even in your mess, even in my mess. I think that's something to be proud of and to be grateful for. This is going to be a very heartfelt, personal, unpersonal conversation. I got to give a shout out to Robin. Well, which is funny because there's two of them. But the one that I'm referring to specifically actually shared this story with me a couple hours ago. And I decided to go down the rabbit hole just to get an understanding of what I was about to get myself into. And it's interesting, to say the least. But before I go there, I got 3 clips I'm going to play. And I'm playing them specifically to give context to anyone who is watching or will watch later on when the stream goes public on my channel. Like if you decide that you want to spend back on this, it'll be available. Plus, I just want you to understand why I'm going in the direction that I'm about to head in the first place. Remember, there's a method to the madness. There's never a absent of purpose with my thinking pieces when I start to share my opinions or views on certain matters. And this one right here should hit home for a lot of people. It may or may not. It really just depends on how much you actually care about the content itself. Shout out to my poets, my writers, my content creators. Huge thank you to everybody who's been pulling up to the channel, supporting, showing love. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Without you, there is no me. You inspire me to continue to improve, continue to upload, continue to bring conversations that matter to the internet, because everybody just doesn't have the same desire to do it. So let me do this. Let me bring this on the screen. I don't know why I didn't do it in the first place. Let me get my banner up here just in case anyone in the near future wants to send a topic, a question for the panel, or wants to join at any given point. You are more than welcome to reach out. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some backstory to why we are here. And then I'm going to actually play a few clips from this person's channel. Because for you to understand where I'm going with this, you need to know some of what is actually happening, what this guy's channel was about. Now, I personally, I never watched Soft Belly. I've only seen bits and glimpses of it over the last 2 years or so. I never stayed long enough to identify with it or to figure out if I identified with it at all. So me looking at 5-10 second shorts didn't really give me enough to go on. The gentleman goes by the name of Mark Laita. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. If I slaughtered that, it wasn't intentional. He's 64 years old. He's, I believe, the owner and founder of that particular channel. And what I'm gathering is he's a interviewer of folks who have fallen on rough times, homeless people, prostitutes, pimps. What I'm looking at, that's what he does. He goes out and tries to help certain people who done became addicted, and they walk down that dark, lonely ass road that nobody else understands. And you know, we live in our bubbles. We're comfortable. We have lights, electricity, water, heat. We got people who love us and care about us and keep us warm. While some of these folks, they are strung out. They're homeless. They're sleeping with whoever and wherever they can lay their head at. It's a lot. It really is. Off of that alone, I'm initially thinking, all right, this sounds like a decent humanitarian. This is a good guy. I don't see no issues with who he is. Where's the problem? Show me where there's an indication of foul play, or there are character flaws or defects within the vessel of this man who is sitting across from these women and these men, and he's reaching out trying to save lives and get them out the street. And you know, I don't see that yet. But you know, initially that's how it goes when you're introduced to something that you never watched before. With all things that you come across on the internet, you just happen to be scrolling upon something, you get recommended something else based on things that you like from other content creators, and then you start to see other individuals show face, and then you take a peek into it and you think, okay, well, if I like that person, I might like this person. And for a lot of folks that I've seen in the comment sections. Not even just with him. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pull up these clips, man. I want you to get a feel for what I'm talking about. This is all his content. None of this is mine. I'm just paying respects to what he has done. There's a lot to unpack here. I am a slow walker. I don't rush through my thoughts. I'm not going to rush through my thoughts. So get comfortable, grab you something to drink, all that good stuff. Sunday, we chilling. Let me bring this up. So I will play this first one here. Then I will go down the list.
I started to listen to my stomach, and my stomach would tell me which trash can's food was in, like a bear. I'd be like, I know there's a score there. And I would find like, dude, the yuppies be putting like a whole half a sandwich uneaten all in the plastic neat for you in the bag. They're like, some homeless person will get it.
It's just so interesting to me how we operate almost in, it's like collision and duality. Like if I were to take to a dumpster, and this happens all the time.
Not a dumpster. The trash cans on the boardwalk are way different. A dumpster is something that's like been sitting there and then it goes, no. You go to the boardwalk right outside the restaurants because the yuppies at the beach, they're like, I don't want to carry this around.
Do you eat to nourish or do you eat to sustain?
I just tell the universe I want green juice. I want salad, raw veggies, and then I get exactly that. If I have to steal, I will steal. But most of the time, I heal.
That's just one little small clip. And I like listening to them talk. You can tell they have been out there for a while. This ain't necessarily about them, but it's about them. The fact that she's giving breakdowns of the differences between trash cans and the boardwalk and dumpsters and that lifestyle outside of these four walls that we are so comfortable in, that's a whole entirely different culture for them. That's just what I gathered from that first one. I want to go into the next one though to give y'all some more.
Molested by my father and my mother married too. I'm the only one with a different father. It just hurted me to this day that I say you didn't do nothing. She'll tell me you should have said something. Somebody gonna say something with something like that being done by a father. Somebody that your mother is married to. How do they say something like that? And then this the part that killed me. It's the part that killed me. It's gonna always hurt me. You hear me? When she knew it was happening, she didn't do nothing. That's the part that will always get me. A mother supposed to protect her child. You hear me? To this day, she would not own up to it. But when that man got on his dying bed, that man said, he said, you've been protecting me all these years. So you hear me? He had gave his life to the Lord. And he asked me to forgive him. And I did. I did, because if you don't forgive somebody, the Lord won't forgive you. I had been through a lot as a child with my mother. It's all because of her. You hear me? But this woman remarried again. You hear me? At the age of 52, I was 52 years old. And my mother been with this man for about 30-some years, maybe even longer. Here come deja vu again, you hear me? Here come deja vu. You got a husband, you know. He on SERM, which is PCP. He on marijuana. He on crack cocaine. You doing crystal. Yeah, he'll hit the dope. Then he'll come around the back of the house and peek through my bedroom window. You hear me? Now this what really made my mother have that jealous spirit in her. She always was fixing where she and him get into an argument. And she know I'm going to come to her rescue. And then by me stepping in, trying to rescue her because of how he talking to her, because she was the bread too. The man would turn around and put me out the house. It was all like a booby trap by her from the get-go. She knew her second husband, kept wanting me. She knew it. And when he couldn't have me, he would put me out the house. Even in the cold, she knew I had nowhere to go. It was always what she cared about, him and only him. And so I used to always have to ask the Lord, he gonna whoop you. I tell the Lord gonna whoop you, you ain't gonna even know you're being whooped. You hear me? Because all the things she allowed to happen to me from a child all the way down. You know what I mean? In my 50s. I come over here and I ask my mom, because I ain't had nowhere to go. Could I get a couple hours of sleep? Because I was tired. I ain't had nowhere else to go, man. I ain't had nowhere else to go. It was cold. You hear me? It was cold. I ain't gonna never forget none of this stuff I've been going through. She told me I could. They got two.
I want to stop it real quick, just because I can't stress this enough. Like I said, this is a very methodical live stream. It's not like some of the other ones where I kind of cut straight to the point. I gotta give an entirely different point of view than I normally would. One, because this is a human being. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit how anybody feel. I still care about humans. I still care about the men and the women, black, white, indifferent. I still care about people. Whether or not you fucked your life up and you don't find any type of value within yourself, you're lost, you're incomplete, you feel defeated, you're strung out, you sacrifice your soul, and you're just in like this weird void of emptiness and don't nobody give a shit about you. I still care about people. We only get one life. You only get a chance to do this shit one time. And once you've been expired, there is no coming back. These interactions, we're not going to have these every day. I'm not going to get to do this with everybody every day. So I can't help but stress the fact that this woman, I don't know if she's alive now. I don't know where she is. I don't know what she got going on. I don't know if she's struggling. I don't know if she's free from anything that she's been. I don't know nothing about her, but this is her story. This is her story. And whether or not you care, I care. And the fact that this guy created a platform where he could do this says a lot to me about a person. But that is another reason why I said this is going to be a lengthy stream, because there's a lot that is missing from this as well. You see one side of it, but there's other portions to being a content creator and doing YouTube and streaming and being an influencer. There's an entirely different world. I'm gonna let her rock out though. I got one more clip I'm gonna play.
Couches in the living room. My mama sleep on one couch, and I got me some rest on the other couch. Both couches face one another. When I woke up, my mother's husband was laying on the floor, butt naked. She on the other couch, and I'm on that one. I'm sleeping like this on my own. When I woke up, this man had my hand playing with the tip of his dick, while she lay up on the couch and play like she sleep. She ain't never sleep because he always on drugs. So she have to stay woke just so she can keep an eye on him. So I said, here go Deja Vu again. Then I came by again. That's because I get some rest. She told me to go lay in her bed. A bed that she don't sleep in because they don't sleep in the bed together. They got 7 bedrooms. I wake up, and your husband came and got butt naked in the bed with me. I jumped up out the bed, ran in there, curled up on the floor like I was a dog, because we had a dog named Precious. I just curled up on the floor. Near the couch that my mama was laying on. I'm sorry. Because I'm just thinking about how she always play like she don't know nothing happening. She already didn't teach me about no administration, about boys, cooking. No, none of that. She already didn't teach me none of that. I don't know what it was about me that my mom had allowed a lot of things to happen to me, starting from being a child.
That shit, man. That shit is heartbreaking. You got to be a fucking monster or like some type of animal not to feel that shit. A lot of adults grew up just like her. A lot of y'all family members grew up just like that shit. Grew up just like that. Then you still lucky to be here, alive and breathing. You got the short end of the stick. That generational curse is real as fuck. Why you think a lot of these kids out here right now are the way they are? Because of motherfuckers like her parents. But I digress. I got one more for you. This is the basis of his channel, though. If you know what I'm talking about. If you're not familiar with it, now you're familiar with it. This is the type of content that he has on his channel. The problem here is there's a lot of mixed reactions. People are calling this man a pervert. They're saying he grooms and he's inappropriately dealing with underage girls and et cetera, which is going to actually segue me into why we are here in the first place. Let me play this last one. I'm going to remove this off the screen, and then we're going to jump into that portion.
How do you use PCP? Smoke it?
Smoke it, but I'm good with numbers. I'm very good. I have a talent with numbers. And if I just do it right with the syringe or measure it right, I'll be perfectly fine. And everyone's trying to stop me because I know I'm doing something right. But I feel like I have 2 people and sometimes 3 in me. And I try to do the same thing at once. I know English, but I understand Spanish. I'm just trying to do the right thing.
You have children?
1.
You have 1 child?
Son.
Son? Are you raising him? Or?
No. I made sure he's perfectly fine with a great family.
Who's he with?
A family friend.
Okay.
Which he's happy and perfect.
That's great. That's better than being out here in the street.
Oh, yeah. Joe John.
You talk to him?
Not until I get my life right.
And what do you do for money now?
EBT. Or try to do errands for people, hustle. The best way I used to try to help people with medication of weed. I'm not trying to go any further than that.
I think a lot of girls are doing it by dating guys on the street.
And thank God I haven't done that.
Yeah. And where?
I'm not no whole booster.
Yeah.
I don't go to stores and steal. I don't go in cars and hoe. And I'm proud of it. And And I kept my promise, and I'm keeping it.
You have contact with your family still?
Somewhat.
When's the last time you spoke to your mom?
A month ago. Those are adoption parents, but now I know the truth. I'm just trying to do me and trying to find my family, my biological mother and father.
Have you ever done
But I feel like I'm close.
it? So you were put up for adoption at birth?
Foster home. My mom said foster home for 2 years.
And then you found out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. I think y'all got the gist of it. That's what his platform is. You know, we have a variety of different channels on YouTube. We have streamers who have sporting events. We have streamers that do nothing but go shopping and argue with their girlfriends and flirt with females out in the general public. You have content creators who cover court cases. You have content creators who talk about hypergamy. You have red pill community. You have a number of different platforms on YouTube that do an array of different things, and you know, to each his own. This one, to me, got successful because you show the reality of what's really going on in the world. Not all it is this fluffer and fake, pretty, made up. I'm spending money like a famous rapper. I'm sitting up here tossing prop money. I'm dancing and twerking in front of expensive ass cars. I'm on jets every single day. My TikToks, my YouTubes, and my Instagram posts got thousands and thousands of thirsty men chasing and lusting after you. The channel itself. Forget about the guy for a second. The channel itself shows you that shit is not sweet. Shit is depressing. Shit is dark. Shit is rough. Shit is painful. Shit is real. It's not this made up artificial intelligence. Everybody is not living with smiles on their face every day. Everybody is not making $3,000 a week. Everybody is not living in $20,000 villas and all these extravagant ass locations. Some people are really out here going through the most shit that you would never be able to survive. You couldn't stomach it, you couldn't mentally handle it, none of it. And I think that is one of the main reasons that channel has the success that it has. But what happens when you get a certain level of success? You find your niche. You're a great rapper. You're a great singer. You're a great motivational speaker. You have charisma. You have charm. You know how to gravitate to an audience. You know how to get them to support you and stand by you and vouch for you and get engaged in conversations and get engaged in activities that would benefit the communities and the surrounding circumference of your nature, your atmosphere, your culture. You've raised the awareness flags of men and women from all walks of life, not just in your demographic, but you're connecting to people in different countries, Afghanistan, Istanbul, Mexico. You can touch people with your words and with the way that you bring information and you express and you show affection and love and agape. You show it without any type of ties asking for anything. You know how to get in there, in the mud, in the war, in the mirth, and touch people who are broken, lost, confused, and going through, and they receive it. They feel your pain, they feel your hurt, they feel your struggle, and because of that, they want to be there. They want to go through with you. Those are the type of people that gravitate towards that channel. That is exactly why he got to where he did. And I say this because when the video was shared with me, I know it's going to be controversial. Let's do this. He made a name. He created a brand. He ends up dating a black woman that is 20, 30 plus years his senior. She dies from overdose. Some people are empathetic. Some people think that he's a monster. Some people think he's a pervert. Some people think that he used his platform to extort and actually expose and use these young, distraught, affected women to do with as he saw fit, because he has the platform and the position to be able to get them off the street. He has the money, the resources to put them in hotels, to put them in spaces that's not outside on the concrete. There are people on the internet that look at him and feel as if he's Jekyll and Hyde. He's legitimately another P. Diddy. He's just an older version of him. He's 64 years old. What is a 64-year-old doing with a 22-year-old woman? And then you love her, but she ends up overdosing and losing her life, drowned in a bathtub. The video he did is 25 minutes. He expresses in detail how he met her. He expresses the complexities of her relationship or lack thereof within her own family's household. He expresses a number of different pathologies that were included or excluded within the dynamics between their relationship, how it was perceived. He's on camera in pain, crying, hurting. He's sharing a situation that is so personal that you either felt sorry for him, feel bad for him, or you still looked at him like he's Jeffrey Dahmer. Two sides to it, which is the reason why I had to take you down this extended lineup of individual clips so that you could understand, like, even with the channel coming off as if it's a benefit to the public eye, there are still components to it that are probably missing. So you can say, oh shit, he's a great guy. He's trying to save people. He got a good heart. He's really out here for the love of the people. He's not sitting in his big ass mansion somewhere behind a gated community, acting like he supports his subscribers and his followers. He's actually out here in the street talking to people, pulling them off of the grass, out of and from underneath bridges, and he's really trying to speak life into them, pour into them. However, you can still hide behind that. You can still look as if you doing everybody a favor and still really be a fucking monster. That's the double-edged sword. That's the flip side to this shit. You got people that's looking at it like, oh yeah, he's saved, and he comes off as if he's this wonderful guy. But we see something else. We pick up on something else. And then you have another side of the internet that they think completely different. Oh, she was a grown woman. Most of these women are adults. Well, matter of fact, scratch that. All of them, from the most part, are adults. They make the decisions to be where they are. You can't come and attack him for this, that, and the third. But also, I can understand both sides. So it's like, what do you do with that? What do you honestly do with that? If you are a streamer, a YouTuber, a podcaster, if you are a content creator, if you're just starting out, if you've been doing this for 20 years, 15, 10 years, then you already understand how difficult it is to stay unbiased, maintaining your integrity without compromising or bending to the way that society will eventually manipulate and try to mold you. There's going to be days where you talk about things that's going to trigger everybody. There's going to be days where you upload something and it's going to make people look at you sideways. They're going to hate you. Some are going to rally for you. There's going to be people trying to cancel you and get rid of you. They don't even really believe in freedom of speech. They say they care about it, but they're easily triggered when you speak on things that's your truth and your reality, and it doesn't align with their perception of what the world is supposed to look like for everybody. The bigger you get, the more people that rally behind you and support you, you understand what comes with the territory. I knew the very second that I decided I was going to fully enthrall myself in this space, I knew that I wasn't going to be favored by everybody. I already knew that there were going to be people who got offended. I already knew there were going to be people that was going to be straddling, that was going to be on both sides of it. It comes with the territory. You can't please everybody, and you're not supposed to please everybody. You are supposed to be here doing a service for God. This is my service to God. This is my way of serving the Lord. This is how I do it. The bigger you get, the more drama comes, the more people that's going to come around and pretend like they're your friends, pretend like they support what you do. The more people that's coming to infiltrate, find weaknesses, and then destabilize you from within covertly, so that all that you have built is destroyed, so that you cannot perform and do the duties that are necessary to reach a specific people. Everybody does it. Everybody. Let me hit this light. Hold on a second. It's unavoidable. So this man has over. Let me see. I might have to pull up to the channel real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can just pull it up. So yeah, you type the name in alone, it pulls up. This brother has 6.52 million subscribers. 52 million. Everything about the page, it gives off the impression that it's about life, it's about rescue, it's about salvation, it's about hope, it's about understanding, it's about compassion, it's about being humble and get out of your ego. Stop being so arrogant, prideful. There's a million different messages in here. You don't get to 6 million subscribers if you're not doing something that's relatable to somebody. Unless you're just telling me you bought 6 million subscribers, which I don't believe, you got to be doing something right. I gave y'all three clips. What did they all have in common? Broken homes, generational curses, drugs. The streets don't love you. The world don't love you. Every single man and woman within these videos, none of them look like what they looked like when they were 9 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old. Every single woman in these videos, they look exactly how the world wanted them to look. The world will eat you up and spit you out. It's not just the drugs that do it to you. It's the lies. It's the manipulation. It's the iniquity. It's the spiritual contradictions. It's the self-righteousness. It's the entanglements. You getting involved with specific people. The channel represents something way more than him. And I suppose the reason why this came across my specific table is because I was most certainly going to give the most unpower off. I was going to give the most unbiased opinion on this as possible. I see both sides of it. I look at Hollywood, I look at the music industry, I look at social media, all the same. There's a good side and there's a bad side. What side are you on? You know which one you've picked. 1000%. No doubt about it in my mind whatsoever. The brother did something that a lot of us wish we could do. I hope and pray that I am able to use my platform to reach people the way he did, minus having to sell my body or my soul in order to accomplish that mission. I don't know nothing about him. I know he's 64 years old. I know he was dating a black woman being a Caucasian man, and she was 22 years old. I don't know, nor do I have any proof, nor do I have any substantial evidence to suggest that he groomed her, that he had any reason to take advantage of her. I don't have any evidence or proof to suggest that he drugged her or he supplied her. But being as unbiased as I am, I can say that he didn't. But you haven't given me a reason to say that he did. Question for the viewers. If you lose somebody, matter of fact, everybody here has lost somebody. Are you going to the internet to express your grievances, to tell your story, to tell their story? Would you have a problem with anyone doing it? You might not do it, but would you have a problem or find it weird that somebody else would choose to do it? Would it come off suspicious? Would you think that's a red flag? Are you putting them under a microscope to find out if they really mean what they say? Or is this kind of like a political thing? Is it fishy? He was there for 25, 29 minutes. He had tears coming down his eyes. He was bawling. He was hurting. You could see the pain in his face. And what I hate about the internet, what I really absolutely hate about the internet, is that we go off of one person's opinion and then we just run with it. So one person says this is this, everybody else follows suit. Oh, they said you were this, so you must be this. Oh, you are a child molester, or you killed 20 people, or you. People go off of opinions. You go off of hate and spite. You don't like a person, so you'll lie on them just because you don't like them. You don't like their approach. You don't like their style. You don't like their ideals. You don't like the fact that they believe in God. You don't like the fact that they stand for truth. You don't like the fact that they're blunt and honest. You don't like the fact that they're direct. So just off of ignorantly disliking or opposing someone's views alone, you'll just try to go out your way to destroy their character. That's one thing about the internet I absolutely cannot stand. If you're going to do this, if you're going to do this, your private life, it best be to a minimum. You better not put your kids on screen. You better not put your dating life on screen. Don't be going recording everywhere you go with your partners and all. There's some things that is not for the internet. People are miserable, bitter, spiteful, envious. They ain't got shit else to do but sit at their phone behind their laptop and troll people and hate on people for no apparent reason. You ain't even offering shit. You don't offer or provide any substance to anybody's community. You just there to be a hand me down of negativity. Nobody is here for you.
Cut it out.
We don't need you. The brother found success. He found a way to reach out to people. But in 2025, you got to question everything. You got to question motives, intentions, and all of it. Just because a person made millions of dollars, just because a person got 1 million followers, that don't mean it's not a cult. And it don't mean that they ain't doing things in the dark behind all of that success that he got. That's why I'd never idolize a single fucking soul. I'm not idolizing you. I'm not worshiping you. I'm not kissing your ass. I'm not sucking up to you. I think not. Y'all don't know how you got there. I don't know how you reached that level of popularity. I don't know if all of your fortune was merited. I don't know if your lifestyle is real. I don't know if that person on screen is the same character off. I don't know you. This shit is an illusion. One thing I'm going to say is there are people who absolutely do groom men and women. Dre Michelle is a groomer. Brittany Renner is a groomer. There are teachers who have groomed students. There are men that have groomed students and kids. Humans are very fickle. They're very simple yet complex, yet obvious. What do I mean? Why do you expect everybody to move and act the same way that you do? The same brain, the same mind, the same temptations. We all get them. We get them in variety, actually. Yours might be different than mine. Why do you think there's a market for sex and feces and urine and all that weird shit? Because everybody mind is wired different. I don't know if he groomed that woman, but she was a grown ass woman. And on top of that, for the people who were sitting up here saying her brain was underdeveloped, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you.
What are you talking about? The woman had children prior to even dealing with him. She was already making adult decisions. Now, if you want to suggest that he was preying on her because she was down on her luck and he exacerbated her condition, you can argue it. But I guarantee not a single one of you grew up with her. Not a single one of you grew up with him. I guarantee you, y'all wasn't following him around with a camera. I'm almost certain most people who speculate on these famous people's lives have never had a single conversation with them whatsoever. Yeah, hey, I'm saying like people are nosy. They want to be a part of something so bad that they will literally insert themselves in other people's situations because it's public, and I get it. You make your life public, you're going to be exposed to public backlash. Show me proof that he was responsible for that woman's death. Show me proof that he groomed her. Show me proof that at 22 she was underdeveloped mentally to be able to conceive or understand or comprehend being controlled or manipulated into doing things that he wanted her to do because he saw that she was a viable source for whatever pleasures he had. Or like, show me evidence of this stuff. I get in comment sections and you don't do anything of value. If you're going to have these discussions, make sure they are worth having conversations over. You're not the only ones reading the comments. You're not the only ones talking about these things. There are other people like you that might be in similar situations, or they know somebody in them situations. Make sure you're being responsible with your comments, with your thoughts, and what you're sharing. He went to the internet. I believe this was what? This was 2-3 weeks ago when he did this. I just watched it. I didn't know about any of it. I know there's a lot of homeless and a lot of drug-ridden people. I know there's a lot of folks out here selling their body. I know there's pimps. I know there's hoes out here. I know all that shit goes on around me. I'm not blinded to it. Every time I look out my window, every time I go to work and come home, I think about all of those people. The people getting bombed, their houses getting blown up. I think about all that. It's not a day I don't think about them people. Because I have those moments where I start to feel like I need to complain about things ain't going exactly the way I want them to for me, and then I get humbled and brought back to reality. Well, shit, at least you got all of your body parts. At least you ain't get chopped up and discarded like a fucking piece of meat. You ain't got jealous ass men and women unaliving you because they can't have you no more, and the divorce was final. If I'm not mistaken, they still looking for the dude that killed his 3 daughters. I don't even know if they found him yet. And that's if he didn't even kill himself. That man killed all 3 of his kids in the woods and then disappeared. You have people gambling and putting parlays on prisoners who escaped from New Orleans. Y'all treat this shit like it's a fucking horse race. Y'all look at humans like they are expendable, like they're just nothing. A lot of human beings out here don't have love for nobody. I say all that to say this. Whether he loved her or didn't love her, he went out his way to talk about her in front of millions of people, shared his experience with her, shared some of her experience. And if he's guilty or he was the monster that y'all really thought he was, and I'm talking about the ones who say he preyed on her, if y'all really felt the way y'all felt about him, he wouldn't have 6 million subscribers on YouTube.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Why are you still supporting him? Why do you still put money in his pocket? For those of you who have and feel so strongly about wrongdoing, you sure as hell got a funny way of expressing it. Because I thought if you didn't like something, you got rid of it or you removed it from your person. I thought if you stood against something and you felt so strongly about crime and this, that, and the third, you protested, you filed complaints, you wrote letters, you did and took precautions to exacerbate the situation. You don't prolong it and keep it around you if it's that much of a burden. 6,052,000 subscribers. You can't hate that brother that much. You can't think he's that much of a pervert. And while we at it, why don't you go ahead and have a conversation with Drea, have a conversation with Brittany Renner, and every other clout chasing woman who goes after young, impressionable kids in the NBA and the NFL. Leanna Lene just got married to Travis Hunter. Go ahead and have a conversation with him. Her, actually. Do it. Do it, Michael. Are you sure? She no, we're not sure. She's sure. If you ain't seen Dawn of the Dead, you don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. I tend to go off. But nah, for real, they the people in the comment section seem to care more about the fact that he was dating someone younger than he was versus the fact that she just left a child behind. They care more about her. They care more about her dating an old man than her drug addictions, her mental health, her spiritual health. Y'all get on my fucking nerves sometimes. Not everybody, but some of y'all. Y'all get on my nerves, man. Y'all be worried about the wrong shit. Is everybody in your business? Are you happy? Like, come on, man. She didn't get the help that she needed. And from what I watched, he tried to help her. He tried to help her as much as he could. And it wasn't enough. I don't ever want to be a situation where in the duration of me doing this, there's a doubt or a question in anyone's mind that I'm on some bullshit as far as dealing with anything. First of all, you're not going to know about anything that I got going on in my love life or none of that shit. I'm not putting none of my personal business out here. Like, fuck no. You tripping. No out, and there won't be no allegations. Well, I ain't gonna say that people make careers off of false allegations. These women, man, they fucking lie about everything. They are really demons out here. They will fuck your life up. A lot of these ladies out here ain't shit for real. Scandalous as hell. If you got you a good one, don't fuck it up. Don't let her go. If you got you a good dude, don't fuck it up. Don't let him go. Get your house in order. Fix whatever needs to be fixed. Humble yourself. It's rare. Everybody is dirty. Everybody dirty. Everybody's burning. Most people are spiritually sick. Most people refuse help, refuse accountability. They don't want to wear that badge of armor. You're better off by yourself right now at this point. Until further notice, chase your purpose and pursue that. Put them goggles on and lock in. I feel sorry for her kid. I feel sorry for her family. I wish that in a perfect world, all of these homeless people, all of these men and women out here that are under the influence of all types of substance and they abuse it, they've destroyed their relationships with their house. I wish in the perfect world everybody had the best intentions towards each other. It wasn't this bickering and this need to compete with each other and sabotage other. I wish it wasn't like that. Unfortunately, it is, and you got to guard your heart and you got to guard this at all times. Condolences to them. If there's anything that you take from this, one day you're here, the next day you're gone. Shout out to UGK. If you're gonna be a content creator, you just accept the fact that you can't. The only way that you can win at this is being completely locked in. You can't respond to everything. You can't get involved with everyone. You got to stay true to yourself. You got to stay humble. Don't ever think that none of this can be taken away from you. Never get big-headed. Never get boastful and prideful. Don't think that you can't network and talk to certain people because you feel like they are. Don't ever treat people like they beneath you. Make sure you still act like you guys are still like this. Because as soon as you start doing this, your attitude and all that shit is going to change, and then that's when you start fucking up. You start getting arrogant. You start getting conceited. You start acting a certain way. There's a difference between making moves and moving to make, being shady and being confident and having boundaries and morals. That's the difference between some of these YouTubers and streamers, man. The ones that remain humble, they're gonna be good. The ones that start looking at you like, who are you? What? I ain't gotta talk to you. Them the ones that's going to end up being in a whole shitload of controversy all the time. It never fails. You got to be seen by everybody. You got to date everybody. You got to touch everybody. You got to have sex with everybody. You got to do business. No, you don't. You're not supposed to deal with every single person you come into contact with. For what it's worth, I salute him and I salute his channel. I love the fact that there are still spaces where everything ain't about Cardi B and Sexy Red and Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I appreciate the fact that we still have platforms that talk about things other than sex. People are going through worse than we are. We just forget about it. I'm gonna play to close the stream out. I'm gonna play the last 2 minutes of this woman's testimony, man. Just to pay my respects to the young lady who lost her life and to this whole conversation. I hope I broke it down as best as possible here. Again, salutes to everybody who tapped in for the stream. I'll close out with her last couple minutes here. And yeah, hold on a second.
I'm trying not to cry. I'm just a number.
Does your son know that he's an outfitter? He thinks he's with his real family.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yep.
You ever talk to them?
Here and there. Recently, I've been stabbed last year, and then I got closer to my family. Excuse me.
Does your family know that you're out here in the street?
Yeah,
Are they concerned for you? Do they try to get you?
they try to, but I try to do it myself so I don't give them more stress, even though what they did to me. I just try to do me because I'm strong.
Is this the lowest point of your life right now? Or
I've been way lower, but yes, this is
when were times even worse than this?
almost the end. And I know stuff. I know things. And I know I'm almost towards the end. And I'm being strong until I go to another world.
Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me this afternoon, evening. God bless you all, man. You have a blessed week. We'll be back tomorrow, Lord willing. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.